Hello everyone, we are back with the Rams franchise. Last time out, we got a big game out of Antonio Gibson against his old team, the Commanders, including this 76-yard touchdown run. In total on the ground in that one, Antonio Gibson had 147 yards himself, and then we were able to get 80 out of his backup in Montel Rodriguez. I would say that is the best that we have looked all year long running the ball. And because we did run the ball so well last week, we have a rushing challenge for our game here today. So we will see how many yards we can end up with as a team on the ground in this one, and that is going to determine how much XP our entire offensive line is able to get. While we should run the ball a lot in today's game, we also want to get the ball to our good pass catchers like Michael Kirkpatrick, who has now scored a touchdown in 4 straight games. He is right now tied with Cooper Kupp for the most touchdowns on the team. We will see if either one of those two is able to get the touchdown lead on this team all to themselves. The defense, it has had a fantastic year. We are second in the NFL, only behind the Raiders in points allowed. And it's not like it's been a one-man show on defense. We have gotten contributions from just about everybody on the defensive side of the ball. Having said that, there are a few guys I want to see do better, mostly backups. One of them is Justice Branch. He has some good coverage ratings, and we've been putting him out on the field quite a bit, but I just feel like his coverage is not the best. He's been good at making tackles, but that's about it. The other player I want to talk about on defense is Benji Shepard. He has 85 power moves and 76 block shedding, but I just feel like he doesn't do enough when he's out there. He has been outplayed by Ronnie Perkins, and it feels like that should not be the case with where those two guys have their ratings at. The team that we are taking on today, that would be the Seattle Seahawks, who may be only 4-9, but we are right now trying to get the #1 seed in the NFC, so every game does matter. And Seattle, they are playing better as of late. They have won 2 games in a row. You look at them statistically on the season, they're not really great at anything besides throwing the ball, but we have been known to give up a lot of passing yards. And we did just play the Seahawks back in week 11, and it ended up being a good game, a 1-score game that of course we did win. We will see if we can win this one by more than 1 score or if it's going to be a tight finish. The Rams are going to begin the game on offense by spreading things out. It'll be Antonio Gibson making the catch over the middle of the field. He's going to go down to the 43 with a gain of 10 and a first down. Make it back-to-back touches for Gibson to begin this Rams day on offense. This time he takes a carry up to midfield. It's not really a surprise to see Gibson getting the first 2 touches of the game for this Rams offense after what Antonio Gibson did last week. They fake it to him on second down and throw the ball over the middle of the field to Mike Williams, who is going to make the grab and put the Rams into plus territory. From the 34 of Seattle, it'll be another play-action fake, and this time it's going to be a deep ball right side for Cooper Kupp. He is going to be knocked out of bounds at the 3. It'll be goal to go for LA. Seattle had 3 defenders on Kupp on that play. It just didn't matter. He's too good. Gibson takes the handoff on 1st and goal, and he will punch it in. An easy walk-in touchdown for Antonio Gibson, and the Rams are able to march right down the field, and they will take an early 7-0 lead. Seattle has their first chance with the ball in their hands. It'll be JSN making a catch downfield. He's up to the 42. Metcalf heads in motion. They flip it to him, and Byron Young is all over it. He was able to sniff that play out and make it a loss of 3. 3rd and 7. Glenn Smith has time on this one. It goes left side for JSN. He's going to get away from Kelvin Joseph. He is speeding down the sideline. And Jackson Smith-Njigba has a 56-yard touchdown. Next to Kelvin Joseph, giving him a bit of a boost on that play. So all tied up at 7. Here's a pass right side. It gets by Devin Witherspoon. It'll be caught by Cooper Kupp, who is going to go down at the 48. 2 catches for him here in the first quarter, and he's up to 51 yards. Gibson, left side. He's got a lane and is going to slip by a defender. He is driven out of bounds at the 29 of Seattle. 33 yards for Gibson here on the ground in the first quarter. A pass right side to, that is Michael Kirkpatrick, and he picks up 8 yards on the play. Under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Pressure on the way. It'll be a pass left side to Mike Williams. He's going to turn upfield and make it goal to go for LA again here in the first quarter as he's down at the 8-yard line. Now 2nd and goal. Gibson, who scored the touchdown earlier, is inside the 5, and he's up to the 2 and down there. On 3rd and goal, the Rams go under center. Take it to Gibson. Rosen is going to throw the ball to the end zone on the move, and it'll be a disaster. It is picked off by Jamal Adams. Michael Kirkpatrick was open in the front of the end zone, but I guess Rosen had already moved on from that read and moved on through the progressions. Smith, after a play-action fake, is going to be sacked by Byron Young. Already his 2nd nice plays made here in the first quarter. 3rd and 16. Smith moves outside the pocket, and he's under pressure from Byron Young. And Smith ends up throwing the ball away, so they do nothing after the turnover. The Rams take over at the 42 of Seattle. Rosen is going to go deep down the field, looking for Michael Kirkpatrick, and he misses him. Kirkpatrick had a step there on Devin Bush, but the throw just went over his head. A handoff to Montel Rodriguez, and he's up to the 35, a gain of 7 on his first run of the game. 3rd down. They'll fake it to Rodriguez. Rosen sliding to his left. He's going to throw on the move to Rodriguez. He gets a block from Michael Kirkpatrick and one from Mike Williams. And Rodriguez is going to go down at the 3, making it goal to go again for LA. On 2nd and goal, it'll be a quick pass left side to Cooper Kupp, who makes a great catch in the back of the end zone. And the Rams have the lead again. And Cooper Kupp now has the most touchdowns on the season on this Rams team. Now in the second quarter, Seattle looking to tie this game up again. It'll be a gain of 6 there for Kenneth Walker, who we did not actually see in the earlier matchup this season. He was out at that time with a foot fracture, but he's now out there again trying to help Seattle pick up a win. He's got a 1st down in LA territory, making a catch there. Smith is going to fire a pass and have it batted down at the line of scrimmage. Eric Armstead is able to deflect the ball away. Now has 9 deflections on his career. A deep ball on 3rd down is nearly intercepted by Jason Taylor II. It was intended for DK Metcalf, and he just couldn't make the catch. So Seattle ends up punting it away on 4th down. The Rams take over at their own 30. Rosen is going to lob the ball down the field to Cooper Kupp, who worked his way all the way across the field to make that catch. A good job by Rosen to stay patient and let that play develop. So the Rams are already in plus territory. Gibson left side on a stretch. He's going to be brought down by Devin Bush at the 38. 2nd and 5. It'll be a fake to Gibson. Rosen drifting to his left. He's going to go deep over the middle to Mike Williams, who is all alone in the middle of the field. And he's going to go down eventually at the 6. That is going to make it goal to go for the Rams again here in the first half. On 1st and goal, Rosen fires over the middle of the field. It is behind Michael Kirkpatrick, the intended receiver. And it'll be picked off by Jamal Adams again. Another red zone turnover for the Rams. The 2nd one there from Josh Rosen on the game. And for Jamal Adams, he is now up to 10 interceptions on his career. He's got 2 of them in this game. There is JSN making a play. He's up to the 28. Down to 6 minutes to go in the half. Here is a pass right side to Jackson Smith and Jigba. We got the better of Stephon Gilmore, the veteran cornerback. Seattle at the 47 of LA. A quick pass is going to be caught by JSN again. That time he got the better of Andrew Booth. I guess it just doesn't matter who you put on him. He's making play after play today. Wandale Robinson is going to spin by Addison Caver. He'll be brought down by Justice Branch at the 23. 2nd and short. Smith is going to fire it behind Wandale Robinson, who had to make a spinning catch, but he does make the play, and he has the Seahawks in the red zone. Now a handoff to Kenneth Walker, and Devin White is there to bring him down right away at the 10-yard line. 3rd and 2. The Rams only send 3. It'll be a pass left side, intercepted by Andrew Booth. He's going to be tackled by DK Metcalf at the 15. Another red zone turnover. This time it is a turnover from Seattle. And that is the first interception of the season for Andrew Booth. Here is a deep ball over the middle, caught by Cooper Kupp. He is racing down the field. Only one man to beat, and he can't quite get by Tariq Woolen. Still a huge play for Cooper Kupp, who has had a great first half, and he makes it goal to go for the Rams as Lorenzo Fields is going to exit the game. First and goal from the 5. Gibson takes the handoff. He is knocked down by Devin Bush at the 2. Down to a minute to go in the half. Rosen and the Rams are going to call a screen, and Gibson ended up getting caught up on his own lineman, and he's going to go down in the backfield at the 6. Third and goal. They are going to throw another screen, this time to Cooper Kupp, who takes a shot, but he makes the catch and is only able to pick up a yard. So fourth and goal here. The Rams do bring on Tanner Brown. His kick is barely going to make it inside that right upright, but he does make the kick, and that will be the way we end our first half. We will head into halftime of this game with the Rams currently on top of the Seahawks, 17-7. The 49ers looked to be dead a few weeks ago after we beat them, but since that game, they are winners of 4 straight, and they are right now on top of the Chargers, 7-0 nearing halftime, looking to make it 5 straight wins. Let's get into our second half. The Rams with the lead and possession. Gibson on a toss is going to be spun down at 34 with only a gain of 3. Now third down. Rosen is going to fake it to Gibson, and he's going to fire deep down the field, hitting O.J. Howard. He's going to stumble, throw off a defender, and they'll say he stepped out of bounds at the 21. Seattle was lucky he stepped out because O.J. Howard could have rumbled for a few more yards. After the big play, Rosen is going to be sacked. He had no chance on that one. He gets sacked by Uchenna Nwosu for a loss of 8. A blitz on the way. Rosen is going to lob to the back of the end zone for Gibson, and he couldn't make the catch. It got knocked out at the last second by Devin Bush, who has played a very solid game. Third down. Rosen, after drifting, is going to throw the ball, and he's going to miss Mike Williams, who was wide open. That could have been an easy touchdown, but Rosen just missed him, and the throw wasn't even that close. So the Rams end up kicking a field goal on 4th and long, and they do extend their lead. A loss of 3 there for Kenneth Walker, who got brought down by Emmett Spearman in the backfield. Bobby Brown III did get shaken up at the end of the play. Here is a pass right side to JSN, who's going to throw off a few LA defenders. And he's up to the 41 for Jackson Smith and Jigba. He's up to 151 receiving yards. He's been making play after play all game long. Seattle now in plus territory. A short gain there for Walker. Third down. Smith is going to go down the field to, that is DK Metcalf, who is wide open. Nobody really near him. And he's up to the 23. So Seattle just outside the red zone. A pass left side will be caught by DK Metcalf again, as the Seattle right tackle is injured on the play. From the 12, Smith is going to fire left side of the end zone, and DK Metcalf is going to make the catch. It's a touchdown, and Seattle is going to make this a 1-score game here in the third quarter. 20-14 in the third quarter with 3 minutes to go in it. Gibson is going to take a handoff, and he's up to the 34, a gain of 9 for him. On second and short, they turn around and hand it off to Gibson again, who's got a first down this time around and is up to the 40-yard line. Now third and 7, under a minute to go in the third quarter. Rosen is going to connect with Michael Kirkpatrick, who hasn't really done much today, but he makes a big play there and keeps this Rams drive going. In the fourth quarter, Rosen is under pressure. He's going to duck a sack, step up, and he's going to be stripped. It is recovered by Devin Bush. The play was made, though, by Uchenna Nwosu, who now has 2 sacks today. And he is going to give the ball to Seattle, who has a chance here to take the lead in the fourth quarter. Walker, not much room on this carry. He's down at the 29. Third down. The Seahawks are going to call a screen. Walker makes the catch. He's going to break away from Andrew Booth, but he's going to be hammered down in the backfield by Ronnie Perkins. And Seattle again does nothing after a turnover. The Rams on offense again. After a bunch of fakes, here is Gibson making a catch on the left side, and he's going to pick up 9 yards on the play, making it second and short. 10 minutes to go in the fourth quarter. Rosen is going to lob deep left side, looking for Antonio Gibson, and he misses him. That is another missed opportunity for the Rams here today, who have made a lot of mistakes and are lucky to be up after all the red zone turnovers and mistakes that Rosen has made. A nice job there by Montel Rodriguez to get the job done on 3rd and short, picking up a first down and then some. Cooper Kupp getting a flip to him, and he's going to go down in plus territory at the 47 of Seattle. Rosen looking to go back to the air, and he's going to hit Michael Kirkpatrick, who's going to pick up a first down. With that completion, Josh Rosen has gone over 20,000 career passing yards. Really a great number to see him get across after where he began this franchise. I don't exactly know the number he was at, but he wasn't really that close to 20,000 passing yards. I can tell you that. From the 30 of Seattle, Rosen is going to fire to his right and miss Cooper Kupp, who was wide open. Another miss here from Josh Rosen in the 4th quarter. On 2nd down, Gibson is going to take a handoff up to the 23 for a gain of 7. Down to 6:40 to go in the 4th quarter. Rosen is going to fire the ball deep down the field, and he's going to hit Cooper Kupp inside the 5. He couldn't quite get in, but he makes a tough catch and makes it goal to go at the 1. 1st and goal. Pressure on the way. Rosen goes quick left side, hitting Cooper Kupp, who will end up getting his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Rams have made this a 2-score lead in the 4th quarter. For Cooper Kupp, he's now up to 80 touchdowns on his career. The Rams do go for 2, and they end up getting it. Gibson falls across the goal line just barely, and the Rams have made this a 14-point lead in the 4th quarter. So Seattle, they are in need of a big drive here. Smith, after dancing around in the pocket, is going to hit JSN. He has been the main man today. He's had a great game, and he's got a big gain there for Seattle. Smith, right side, is going to connect with Wan'Dale Robinson, who makes a tough catch and is down in LA territory at the 41. Smith under some pressure, and he's going to be slammed to the ground by Byron Young, who's got his 2nd sack of the game. The 3rd sack overall for this Rams defense. 3rd and 12. It'll be a check down to Kenneth Walker, who's going to throw off Jordan Fuller, and the Rams are able to rally to him in time, making the stop shy of a 1st down. So it's 4th and 1 here. Seattle, they have to go for it. It'll be a quick pass right side to Wan'Dale Robinson, who is able to get the job done and keep this drive going. From the 22 of LA, the Seahawks are going to call a screen for Proctor, who gets a big block, and he's brought down by Justice Branch at the 12-yard line. Now 3 minutes to go in the 4th quarter. Smith on 3rd and short is running backwards. Now he's getting chased, and he's going to be sacked by Ronnie Perkins back at the original line of scrimmage. So 4th and 10 here. Seattle in need of a big play. Smith is going to lob the ball down the field, and it's out of reach for everybody and incomplete. So it ends up being a turnover on downs. A great stand by the Rams defense, who do bend, but they do not break. The Rams have the chance to run this one out. They're looking to throw it, though, and down goes Rosen. He is going to be sacked by Derek Hall for a loss of 9, and the Rams have to burn a timeout because Rosen is injured on the play. He's going to limp back to the sideline, and he is likely not going to return to this one unless it does end up going to overtime. So hopefully Portis can close this one out. He's going to keep it here on a read option, get around Jamal Adams, picking up 21 yards and a 1st down, and that helps the Rams get this down to the 2-minute warning. Rodriguez here on a handoff as a gain of 8, and the Seahawks will use their 1st timeout. On 2nd, it's short. The Rams are going to call a screen. It is caught by Jamal Holcomb. He will get a 1st down and be brought down inbounds at the Seattle 49. So Seattle down to 1 timeout remaining here. A handoff to Rodriguez left side. Can he get a 1st down here? He cannot. He'll pick up 8 yards and make it 2nd, it's short. So one last gain of 2 here can get the job done, and Tremaine Barden is going to be the man to do it. He'll pick up 14 yards, and that should do it. The Rams are going to be able to run this one out, and they will win this one 28-14 over the Seahawks. It was not the most pretty win because of all the turnovers we had in the red zone, but we did end up getting the win at least. How about Jackson Smith-Njigba in this one? 165 yards on 9 catches. He was brilliant. He had a great game and is really the main reason, besides our own play, that the Seahawks were even in this game. Byron Young, he had a big day on defense. Josh Rosen, he did end up throwing for nearly 400 yards. And sure, one of the turnovers was my fault. The first interception was my fault. The second one was on him, though. He threw it behind Michael Kirkpatrick, and it got picked off. A nice job by our backfield. Our 1-2 punch of picking up some yards. Also, Portis and Barden did a solid job as well. We ended up running for 168 yards as a team, so the offensive line will get a bunch of XP, meaning they have some upgrades here. Lorenzo Fields, he exited the game with a dislocated shoulder, but he should be good to go next week. He got a nice little boost there, and Steve Avila getting one here, getting 3 to his awareness and 1 to his run blocking. Brian Sandridge, he's been a backup for us this year. He was a starter for us last season, but he's just too injury prone. So that's why he's a backup. He gets 1 to his run blocking along with some other stuff. Tevin Jenkins, one of our starters. He's had a good season, I would say. He is set to be a free agent at the end of the year. Probably looking to bring him back. Mark McCoy is the last offensive lineman with an upgrade. We go pass protector, and he gets 1 to his pass blocking. The last 3 upgrades we have here are for non-offensive linemen. This one is for Carl Williams. He'll get 2 to his awareness and 1 to his accuracy medium. Just 2 upgrades for the defense. This one for Chris Stanley. We go run stopper. He gets 3 to his block shedding, 1 to his strength, and 1 to his awareness. So a lot of great boosts for him. And the final upgrade of the episode is for Addison Caver. He'll get 1 to his zone coverage along with some other stuff. So the star of the show today, it's pretty obvious who that was. It was Cooper Kupp. I mean, he had a great game, and he's had a great career. He is now over 800 receptions on his career, and he's got 80 touchdowns receiving. And he's gone for over 1,000 yards now in 3 straight seasons. And he's leading this team in touchdowns on the year. So he's had a great career and a good season. Antonio Gibson had a not so good year last year, but this year he is looking a lot more like he did the previous season for us back in 2024. And it's just nice to see that. He has gone for over 1,000 yards now on the season on the ground. Hopefully, much more to come. Byron Young, he was the star for the defense. He got 2 sacks, and he's up to 10.5 sacks on the season, which, puts him kind of on pace to set a career high, and he is in a contract season. He is right now in the running for Defensive Player of the Year in the NFC, and if he wins that, well, even if he doesn't, he is due to make a lot of money after this year. Ronnie Perkins, he was able to get a sack today, and I know I talked about him a bit in the pregame, not necessarily him specifically, but more so how Benji Shepard has been outplayed by Ronnie Perkins. And that continued again here today. Ronnie Perkins looked pretty solid, making a few plays, and he's been a good player for us, a great backup. A few more teams have punched their tickets to the postseason. The Chiefs are the first team in the AFC to have locked up a playoff spot. In the NFC, the Panthers and Vikings will be joining, of course, us and the Cowboys, who have already locked up playoff spots. One team I'm not expecting to be in the postseason this year would be the 49ers. They ended up blowing their game against the Chargers, therefore their win streak is over, and their hopes of making the postseason are also pretty much over. There are just not enough games to go in the regular season to make up enough ground to get in. The Arizona Cardinals are in a very similar situation, and they are who we're going to be taking on in our next episode. They beat us earlier in the year, so we will see if we can end their playoff hopes and avenge our loss from earlier in the season. Thanks for watching this one, and I will see you in the next one.